This episode is brought to you by TaxAct. Don't do your taxes alone. Join TaxAct's National Admin Night. Admin nights are social gatherings for getting through your to-do list. So get ready for a night of fun, finding deductions, and filing taxes with TaxAct, where you can file your federal and state return for just $49 through April 8. Let's get together and get them over with. Visit taxact.com/admin-night for details.
The new LinkedIn Hiring Pro can't undo your last hire. The empty seat. Who is actually just that, an empty chair in your office because you couldn't find someone to fill it. So it just sat there costing you money with all its fancy ergonomic features. But LinkedIn Hiring Pro can make it easy to fill that seat with the right candidate. With nearly 60% of businesses finding someone to interview in the first week alone. Hire right the first time with LinkedIn Hiring Pro. Post a free job today at linkedin.com/quality.
Tory Lanez, Slutty Bass, album review. Let's talk about it. How y'all doing? Welcome to Let's Talk About It, Music Reviews Season 12. How y'all doing? Welcome to the show. You know, y'all might have thought a Tuesday night you would actually have an album review ready to go and actually comes out tonight. I mean, that is a whole new record for me. Let's just be honest with you, alright? You know, usually it's Wednesday night. Or sometimes I even do Thursday nights. We got Tory Lanez, Slutty Bass. It's been a while since I talked about Tory Lanez. I mean, it has been quite a fucking while. The last time I talked about Tory Lanez was, you know, I can tell you, it was 87 Stingray. And that was the last review I ever did of Tory Lanez. And so it's been quite a few years. And it's going to be quite a few more years because, I mean, after this, I mean, there's no way you can make even more music like this, even in prison. So, I don't think there's going to be more of this type of music. I don't think there's going to be a standalone album and probably forever after this. So, this is probably going to be the only album I talk about for Tory Lanez for another few more years. But, you know, we might as well celebrate this tradition because Tory Lanez is one of my favorite artists. Even though, you know, this man's really fucked himself up in real life. I mean, it just kind of fucking blows my mind how you can, like, ruin your life by just being angry at somebody and just, you know, doing something really bad and getting locked up for like 10 fucking years. So that sucks, you know, if you liked his music, if you were a fan of him, because, you know, he's obviously not in a great situation. But somehow in the world of 2025 and 2026, Tory Lanez has been releasing music. He's been releasing some prison jams. And I'm not going to lie, most of the prison music he's released has been quite ass. It's been quite shit. It's been quite, yeah, I would never listen to that on my spare time. It's been that type of music. But, like, you know, like, when you like 2 tracks out of a whole entire album, that's all you need to know about a prison album, in my opinion. Now, this is the next prison slash from the 80s, like, Alone at Prom Vault. So it's like, I don't know. I guess it's another prison project, but this is, you know, feels like a more music album, which is, you know, makes more sense because when you go to the YouTube music page, it's even showing this Tory Lanez album. So I guess since it's more like a pop album, you know, I don't know, I guess it does a lot better, you know, for, like, the putting it on everything, so I guess that's cool, and honestly, this is the type of music that I like from Tory Lanez. I really do not like the rapping that much. He's a rapper. Like, if we want to be honest, Tory Lanez to me is kind of a C-tier rapper, you know, like, he can flow. There's some songs where I'm like, holy shit, Tory Lanez can fucking go crazy. But he's a C-tier rapper. He is a 100%, though, in my opinion, a S-tier R&B singer. I think his R&B...
Refreshing wild cherry cola meets smooth cream. The treat you deserve. Pepsi Wild Cherry and Cream. Treat yourself.
There's no one like you, and there never will be.
From the producer of Bohemian Rhapsody, there are many legends, but there is only one. Michael, rated PG-13, in theaters April 24.
Music is some of my favorite. Some of the shit that I still will bump to this very day no matter what because it's such good-ass music. And this is the type of music that I love. It's more of this kind of R&B, 90s. It's even got the 80s Alone at Prom style, but it's also got that kind of 90s mix with it in this album, which I love, which I really do like. And, you know, when you do this type of sound, it's my favorite sound. I love R&B music, so this is an album just for me, in my opinion. And this is some of my favorite work from Tory Lanez. So, let's get into this album. I'm going to go over a couple of 3 points. I'm not going to go over every single track off this album. I'm going to tell you my thoughts about it. I'm going to give you my score. And we'll carry on with our fucking day. Because honestly, the only song that I would get lower than a 4 is the Wong Tong song. That's it. All of the rest of these tracks are like 4s and 5s. So I had a really good time listening to this album. So let me just go over and tell you how I feel about it. Then I'll give you my ending score. Let's get into it. I really love the use of samples. And I really love the fact that, you know, the production of this album is just so, you know, really good. You know, synths sound really good. Those samples sound really fucking nice too. And I love how there's always kind of like a groove going on. There's always something to keep you moving as you're listening to the album, which I just had a really good time. I love the high, more intense jams. You know, that means you can fucking probably work out with this music, probably, you know, take it somewhere and, you know, actually be able to move around with this type of music because the beat is always active, the beat's always fucking going, so that's really fire. The singing vocals, surprisingly, are really well on this album. I love the singing, I love the flow switches that happen. I do love the moments when we get some rapping, too. Some of the rapping is not good, like on Slide. I think the Slide rapping is not good at all on that song. But the rest of the rapping on the other tracks are pretty good, too. I even love Vamp Keys when he goes to that, like, slight verse just talking about rapping about women, but the way he's doing it, the way he's flowing on the beat just sounds really fucking cool and good. So I really do enjoy that. And also, too, I love the flows, I love the singing, I love the rapping. So, you know, I don't think this is a perfect Tory Lanez album, you know, but I do think this is better than, like, Alone at Prom because, you know, there's actually some beat switches. There's actually moments where Tory Lanez is actually being able to, like, sing his ass off on this album, which I do love. So, I think this is better than the Alone at Prom stuff. I'm glad that kind of shit's over. You know, if you are going to make this type of music, let's keep it in the slutty bass kind of category, in my opinion, because this hits a lot more. Overall, had a really good time with this album. I'm easily going to give this album an 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10, what y'all think about it? Did you love it? Did you hate it? I don't know. Let me know. If you're on YouTube, Spotify, Pandora, wherever you get your podcast at, make sure you follow, turn on notifications, guys. We're dropping new content.
Are you stuck staring at your W-2? Are tax refund worries holding you back? You probably have FOMO, the fear of messing up. The fix? Using TurboTax on Intuit Credit Karma. They find every credit and deduction to help you get every refund dollar you deserve, or your money back. It's time to overcome your fear of messing up and get your taxes done right. Start filing today in the Credit Karma app.
Kraft Mac and Cheese is better than 90s hip-hop. We'll remind you of your childhood without making you feel incredibly old. Kraft Mac and Cheese. Best thing ever.
Content every single day, and thank you so much for listening to this podcast episode, guys. It means the fucking world to me. You know, we got even more content coming up, but I will be honest with you, I love, you know, talking about Tory Lanez. Probably the last time I'm going to talk about this guy for probably forever. I don't know, you know, maybe 10 years he'll drop a new fucking song and we'll be like, holy shit, he's back. But man, when you ruin your life, when you ruin your artist career, it's just like, man, how the fuck do you do that? But it's whatever, you know. I'm not gonna be depressed about somebody ruining their life. It's, you know, it sucks. But I did love this guy's music, but, you know, hey, I guess I'm just gonna listen to the old shit and just, you know, maybe one day he'll be back. I don't know. Who fucking cares? So, yeah, guys, I'll see y'all later. Have a good one. Yeah, guys. Bye.